It's the season of giving, when wish lists, realistic or not, are written with good intentions. And just about everyone you meet is willing to spread some good cheer in one way or another. But there are others who use the opportunity to create mischief and mayhem. Don't drop your guard. We give you tips on how to watch your back. Also, in the half hour, things you can do to keep the children occupied during the Yuletide season. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Those and much more after these messages.
Employers, tired of waiting in long lines at the tax office? Wait no further. Government is making it easier for you to pay taxes. As of January 1, 2015, file your employer's annual returns online. No lines, no hassle. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ will be implementing the mandatory electronic filing of all employers' annual returns. So get with the program and save time and energy. For more information, call 1-888-TAX-HELP. That's 1-888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm.
Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Friday, December 5. Government will be spending $75 million on a short-term intervention program for vulnerable persons. During this Tuesday sitting of the House of Representatives, Labour and Social Security Minister Derek Kelly said the initiative is in response to the economic challenges being faced by vulnerable groups. A similar allocation was made in 2013 and Minister Kelly said funds had been provided in the ministry's budget to finance this year's program.
In implementing this program, the same methodology used last year will be adopted. Each member of parliament will again be allocated $1 million and will receive a letter that provides details of the project along with the prescribed form for the submission of beneficiaries' names and projects.
The intervention program will be undertaken during the remainder of the financial year, and all MPs must make their recommendations to the Ministry of Labour by March 2015. The recommendations are to be sent directly to the Permanent Secretary, who will direct social workers to ensure the projects are productive and beneficial. Government and several private sector partners have opened the first of 3 plastic recycling depots under the Recycle Now Jamaica project. On Thursday, the Trinity Port Maria Recycling Depot was opened. It has the capacity to produce 160 bales or 768,000 bottles per month. 2 more depots will be opened at Lyndhurst Road in Kingston and Martins Hill, Manchester. The project is being managed by Recycling Partners of Jamaica Limited, a non-profit organization formed by representatives of a public-private sector partnership to build and support national awareness of the need to recycle. A primary goal is to recover and recycle 35% of the polyethylene terephthalate PET bottles that enter the market by the 3rd year of the organization's operations.
I endorse this project as the protection of the environment plays an integral role in the development of communities for now, with sustainability for the future.
Minister of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining Philip Paulwell has reaffirmed government's commitment to implement number portability in Jamaica by May 31 next year.
We have gazetted now all the rules governing portability. I have mandated the OUR and all the providers that come May 31, 2015, we will have full portability, and it will involve not only mobile but fixed networks as well.
Minister Paulwell was speaking on Tuesday at an Information and Communications Technology seminar held at the University of Technology. Number portability allows mobile and fixed telephone users to retain numbers assigned to them even if they switch service providers. The Technology Minister said this was important to improving the country's business competitiveness. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining is considering incentives to increase the pool of young persons entering the fields of science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Portfolio Minister Philip Paulwell says the option of funding is being considered in a bid to maintain the supply of teachers and professionals in these areas.
We have to find a way to provide some special scholarships. And when you get to universities, to see how we can get the Students' Loan Bureau to probably look at 100% funding over other subjects.
He says greater involvement and focus on science and innovation is integral to national development. Minister Paul was speaking at the opening ceremony for the Science in the Park Expo, put on by the Ministry in partnership with the Scientific Research Council and the National Commission on Science and Technology. And finally, Water Minister Robert Pickersgill is warning persons found making illegal connections to pipelines that they will be prosecuted. The minister was in central Westmoreland last week at a ceremony where the Barneside tank was commissioned into service after being rehabilitated. He insisted that the NWC could not afford to continue to lose revenue or suffer damage to its infrastructure by persons who refuse to pay their bills or illegally cut into the supply pipelines.
Let me just say it for everyone to hear. Whether you're rich, poor, or in between, if you receive water, you must pay your bills. And very shortly, the NWC will be involved in a massive drive to collect monies owed to it.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
Motorists, know your rights as road users. If you're stopped by the police in a road check, the police have the right to ask for your driver's license and vehicle documents. If you don't have the documents on you, you can ask for 5 days to provide them at a convenient police station. If you don't have vehicle insurance, you can be prosecuted and face the court. If you fail to renew the registration license, the police are entitled to seize your vehicle. If the police wish to search your vehicle, they should tell you the reasonable grounds for wanting the search. If you are given a ticket, sign it only if you plan to pay the fine and not contest the charge in court. And please be reminded, children under 18 years must wear a seatbelt, even if they are seated in the back. Know your rights. Knowledge of the traffic road code makes it easier to work with the police as they do their job to make the roads safer for you and everyone else.
Government is always on the ball, implementing systems and procedures in a timely manner to ensure that Jamaica has state-of-the-art facilities and remain on the cutting edge. Now, with the winter tourist season officially beginning on December 15, when air passenger traffic is at its peak, government has installed 15 automated immigration kiosks at the island's 2 international airports. The kiosks, funded by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, were implemented at a cost of over $2 million. That cost includes maintenance and support over the next 5 years. The automated immigration kiosks are the first of their kind in the Caribbean and will speed up the processing time of passengers and improve border security.
It allows matching of the passenger list with watch lists and will give us alerts before the plane even arrives at the gate. So if there are passengers that you may have concerns about that need an extra level of screening, you don't have to wait until they get up to an immigration counter. You can be ready to receive them at the gate.
So the government is on the ball, using technology to improve the service delivery at the nation's international airports while protecting the safety and security of residents and visitors.
We just want to implore one person that if you're going to be wiring your houses with decorative lights, it is important that you check to see if the wiring is okay. You check to see if there are any chafing in the wires, any breaking in the wires, you know, all the sockets are correct and everything. And then you can go ahead and do your decorations.
It's a time for jollification. Individuals are spreading ho-ho-hos to almost everyone they meet. But there are others who are hell-bent on being a Grinch, stealing the spirit of Christmas. Watch this, and you'll be one step ahead of their little game.
It's a recurring situation, especially at this time of the year, the Christmas season.
Steal! Steal! How much we steal, lady? Thief! Thief! Thief!
Okay, so maybe things wouldn't exactly play out like either of those situations, but the issue is real enough, and that's why the police have increased the number of patrols on the nation's streets.
We even empty out the police academy to get the new recruits out there, so we have high visibility, what we call public reassurance policing, that the people walk about, they can see police officers.
They have one strategic objective:
to serve, protect,
and reassure.
Statistics indicate that during the holiday period, there's a significant increase in major crimes. The police, with their limited resources, are using every bit of muscle energy to combat the problem.
They're interacting in a non-confrontational situation, and people look around and say, yeah, I feel safe, the cops are about here. It's good for crime prevention, because the bad guys also see the police officer walking around.
But you also have a role to play. A headache is not needed when contemplating how to stay safe at your home. There is something called crime prevention through environmental design. Big term, but it's simple. You can begin by trimming excess bushes, installing security lights, or installing a security system from a reputable company. While you're at it, ask yourself this question.
If I lost my keys, will I be able to get back into my home? Aha! I can just open the back window. That means an intruder can also get in. I've got to fix that.
On top of that, you need to ensure that you lock all windows, doors, and grills before you leave home. Ask a trusted neighbor to keep an eye on your home whenever you are out, but make sure you don't publicize your plans too much. Tell only those who need to know.
I need to stop hiding my keys under the mat and under the shell at my doorway. Nobody does that anymore. Wow, I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Likewise, make sure you have your keys ready as you approach your home. This way, you don't have to fumble in bags or pockets in search of them.
If you want a free crime prevention survey, police officers in the community safety branches throughout the country will be happy to come along, look at your home and tell you what crime prevention measures you might want to take to improve your security.
Believe it or not, there is also theft in the workplace, so you have to take precautions there too. Don't leave your handbags on desks with large sums of money exposed. Always put valuables in your designated drawer and keep it locked. Never assume a stranger wandering through a building is a member of staff.
Hi.
Challenge them with a simple,
"May I help you?" Okay, so let's go ahead.
Also, never allow anyone to remove office equipment without approval. As for the disclosure of information, regardless of how important the request seems, do not give any confidential information without receiving approval. That is definitely a no-no.
Do not be complacent.
You make it easier for pickpockets to sneak up and snatch any item that is catchy to the eye. And if you are being followed, cross the street to the other side. If the follower crosses as well, cross again. Remember though, walk facing the oncoming traffic. And if you're out shopping, keep your money in a secure location. Ladies, guard your handbags. And men, secure your wallets. Point of information to the men: your back pocket is not the safest place for your wallet. When using the ATM, don't exit with the money in hand. Put it in a safe place. The money in your hand is like honey to a nearby bee or thief. What about if you're in a bus? That's a no-no. You might very well wake up and realize that your valuable possessions have disappeared, almost like a magic trick. As for the drivers,
use the main roads. Don't use little shortcuts through areas that may be a bit dodgy or you don't know very well. Okay?
You're also reminded to lock your car doors after entering the vehicle and keep valuables out of the public's view. So in the previous segment, you learned how to watch your back, whether you're at home, on the streets, or even in the office. But what if you try all that and more and still come face to face with your attacker? You resort to this.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning.
All right, someone holds in waist, right? Chances are it's a very strong person. So don't try and resist, because it's very strong, right? Your arms are free. So what to do is strike to a vulnerable area. Ladies especially, strike to the throat. Very vulnerable. Strong either to the throat here, or make a fist and punch directly in the throat. Right, very effective. Or strike nose bridge here, driving the cartilage up. Very dangerous. Look at how big the guy is, how strong he is. Hit him in the throat, he will go down.
And if someone should grab you by the throat, tuck down, turn away, then strike them across the face.
Don't do this, right? See? Might not work. Your arms are free. So you're striking, okay, see? Both arms occupied. So you strike in throat again, or even both ears. BAM! Here. Very effective. Then afterwards now you're bringing me up in the groin or in the face. The knees and elbows are very effective and potent weapons.
What if they want your keys? Don't give it to them. Throw it away, they'll get distracted, and then you run. And if you're approached from behind with a knife?
This way, away. This way. Go. So, slight glance this way. Don't go this way. You go this way. Knife, so you can see come across this way. So, you go slow motion again this way. Make sure you control it at all times. You control it. Control, right? Control at all times. Right? He will go down. Right? Right? You control. And if you get it, run fast as you can. Lift the heel high up and strike down in his instep on his toes. Hard. BAM! Okay? Triangle. Hard to get through, right? Boxers do it. Right? You lock up. Protect, right? So, like this. So, that's up. 1, 2, right? Lock up. They can use your knee, right? Don't want to go in a stance like it's in the movies. I recommend it, right? But you, if you're cornered, you can't go anywhere, you tuck your head down, both fists over, elbow out, and you lock up, right? Go, see? Right? Lock up. And then you can strike back using your elbows. Elbows, very effective. I believe in the elbows a lot. Elbows, plexus, elbows, throat, elbows, back of the neck, elbows across the face, elbow, right? Elbows are very strong.
So the aim is to keep safe during the holiday season. Be alert, be in the know.
Little town of Bethlehem, how still we see the light.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, Bolt and a Sapa.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the idling. You think I saw we reach a the aging. I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican can.
In just a few days, the children will be home for the holidays. The average parent is probably wondering what to do with them for the next 2 or 3 weeks. But don't despair. The JIS is here. We have some suggestions.
Tis the season to be jolly. Oh yes, it's Christmas time again. For parents and caregivers, this season can be extremely hectic with the children on holiday, but there are ways you can get your kids involved. Almost everyone loves Christmas, especially children. They get a holiday from school and are free to indulge in succulent Christmas meals. Many look forward to singing Christmas carols and most of all receiving gifts on Christmas Day. But how can we keep them actively engaged during the holidays?
In our house, we try to make Christmas very special and fun and try to keep the kids from driving us crazy. We do baking, we bake cookies, we bake brownies.
Such activities not only keep the children engaged but aids in their overall development and create an environment to develop deeper friendships.
It gets them involved in being a part of Christmas and actually feeling responsible.
There are a number of cost-effective methods parents and caregivers can employ to ensure they get the young ones to participate in Christmas activities. So for those who have complained that money tight, try baking a potato pudding instead or a traditional Christmas cake. Also,
you can go for walks. If you're living in the country, you can take your children for walks and it's nice and cool in the Christmas. Talk about what's happening during Christmas. You don't need to have a traditional Christmas tree. You can get a nice like a ficus tree or whatever you can get, a palm tree or whatever. And one of the things that you can do is you don't need to buy Christmas decorations. You can actually make Christmas decorations, which is even more fun, and you interact with your kids. You can find little things around the house, little trinkets, little boxes and stuff.
So there are a number of things that can be done to ensure that each member of the family is engaged during the festive season. But let's focus some more on food preparation. Food is a major part of Christmas celebrations for many families, from breakfast on Christmas morning to dessert after the main meal. We caught up with some family and friends demonstrating one dish that could be used as part of your Christmas breakfast and one dessert. Today we have with us Santa Israel, Santa Raj and Santa Orion with the help of Auntie Donnet, who will be showing us a simple meal and snack to prepare just for the festive season.
Hi, I'm doing saltfish fritters, which you need saltfish of course, and you need onion, thyme, and scallion. And you need flour, black pepper, salt, and oil.
Auntie Donnet got to quickly cooking with the little Santas who were excited to share in the cooking process. Israel was indeed a little chef who knew his way around the kitchen, and his knife skills were quite sharp. Careful supervision, however, was provided by Auntie Donnet, so parents do take note. After mixing the batter for the fritters, the kids, ably guided, turned on the stove and got to frying.
Right now, that's 2 scoops, that's 2 saltfish fritters.
Right.
The more you put in there, the more saltfish fritters you're gonna get.
These little things are the things what make the saltfish fritters taste nice.
So who said that boys didn't like the kitchen? This Christmas, encourage them, like our little Santas, to take part in the cooking.
We tend to domesticate the girls alone and leave out the boys. It's important to bring your boys into the kitchen also so that they can become more independent and so that they can take care of themselves and not have to depend on anybody too.
Auntie Donnet and the children did well with the saltfish fritters. See the outcome. Good job, guys. Now, cookies are a favorite snack for children throughout the year and also make for a great dessert or snack during the festive season.
We are going to be doing cookies. It's pre-packaged. You can get it in the supermarket. First, what we're going to do is, come on guys. We're going to do the eggs. We're going to have Raj beat the eggs. We're going to beat it like this.
Then if you're going to beat it that way, you get out.
Right. Then we're going to have Orion pour the egg in. Just pour it in. We're going to grease the tin with some butter. We're going to use a hand towel to get a little bit of butter. And then we're going to rub it. We're going to have Raj rub it on. Rub it in. Rub it all over the thing. Get it everywhere.
A cookie cutter was then used to make festive shapes such as Christmas trees from the dough. This is a fun way to incorporate the Christmas celebrations, and children love making these cool designs.
These cookies right here are going to bake for 20 minutes. And then we're going to take them out the oven and put in these.
And after 20 minutes, voila!
These were our chocolate chip cookies. I hope you can try them at home.
Now you see, you don't need a lot of money to engage your children this Christmas. Cook with them, decorate with them, and more importantly, use these opportunities to bond with them. Happy holidays!
Are you pleased with what you see when you look inside your mirror?
Violence destroys lives, families, and communities. No society can advance if it abuses its women and girls. Say no to violence. Let us unite to end violence against our women and girls.
That was a message from the opposition spokesperson on gender affairs, Ms. Olivia Grange, in support of the elimination of violence against women.
Up next, a flashback. We remember Nelson Madiba Mandela, who died on December 5, 2030. Freedom fighter extraordinaire, a statesman of impeccable character. The Jamaica Information Service salutes the late great Nelson Mandela.
Never again shall the scourge of racial tyranny raise its ugly head.
I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear.
A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination.
If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart.
I have cherished the idea of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony.
The world has lost a courageous fighter, an enlightened leader, a quintessential statesman. His life will inspire countless generations, and his illustrious legacy will endure.
And that's how we end this Friday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thanks for joining us. What did you think of our show? Tell us. Send your comments to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or tweet at JIS News. You may also visit our website at jis.gov.jm. We leave you with a quote from the late Nelson Mandela. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. Think about that as you start your weekend journey. On behalf of our hardworking team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson, reminding you to be wise, stay cool, and take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.